birthday, Uncle Dick.
Happy birthday, Dick. I hope it's great.
Hey, Uncle Dick, wanted to say happy birthday to you on your 90th birthday. I don't know if you realize it or not, but we're big fans here at our house. And I went around, I happened to have both of the girls home, so I went around and asked them what they think about when they think about you. And some of this is my mixed in, some of it's Andrea, some of it's them. But we think of you as a pilot, Uncle Dick, obviously with your service in Vietnam and throughout your career, that comes to mind. We think of you as a carpenter, somebody who works with their hands to serve others. Think of you as a husband that's very supportive of Aunt Helen, a father of 3 of our favorite people, and just love that. A great uncle. Think of you as a coffee maker, a cook, a cleanup specialist who is always helping in the kitchen and serving. This is obviously not in order, but think of you as a Christian man. I remember staying with you and Aunt Helen, and you invited us to join you guys to hear Dr. Stanley, and makes an impression. Think of you as a gracious host. All the family dinners, all the football games, all the times you've opened your home to us. Just so appreciative of that. Already mentioned it, but think of you as a veteran. Think of you as a person who's humble. Very humble, very strong but humble, very quiet, very faithful. Somebody with a warm, welcoming smile that doesn't need to say a lot because everything can be seen in your demeanor and the way you carry yourself. Think of you as somebody who we greatly respect. And we're so thankful for you, and we hope you have a fabulous and wonderful 90th birthday celebration. We love you.
Happy birthday, Granddaddy. I love Granddaddy because he always has the funniest stories to tell. And one of my favorite memories is I used to spend the night at Grandmother and Granddaddy's house all the time when I was little. And when I would wake up, Granddaddy would always make us a fresh pot of coffee, and he always made sure we had as many cups as we wanted. I love you, Granddaddy.
Uncle Dick and Aunt Helen, greetings to you. I love you both. Uncle Dick, 90 years. I'd like to let you know on your birthday what your life, and of course what Aunt Helen has meant to me over the years. When I looked up as a child and looked at men and how they conducted themselves, and polish, diplomacy, honesty, the ability to navigate an estranged family, kind of conveyed the still water runs deep, kind of ethos that I saw within you. Having to survive in that talkative family with many opinions had to be interesting. But I saw you as a hero, not only for what you did for our country in the military, but for raising a family that was the product, obviously, of good leadership for you and Aunt Helen. You were helped by wonderful brothers and sisters, and Ron and Betty, and of course Milton and Dad, and all the brothers, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but I don't want to make this too long. I love you both. I've always looked up to you. Even people that have been a part of our family in the past have looked up to you as a solid role model for me to emulate, and that's been described before too. I passed on the link to the boys and to their mother. I'm hopeful that they'll convey, and she'll convey, because she thought much of you. So I love you. Hope you have a great birthday. I miss you. I won't see you at Christmas, but that's okay. You'll be in my thoughts. I'm fine. Couldn't be better. I miss all of you. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, Aunt Helen and the family, for supporting such a wonderful man. I wish you many more. I love you. Bye-bye.
Hi, Uncle Dick. I just wanted to wish you a happy 90th birthday. And we are so glad that you've been in the Strain family for all these years. We love you and Aunt Helen. However, when I think of you, I do think of James 1:19 that says, "Be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath." And sometimes when the Strain family was so boisterous at our dinners, you were just that calm in the midst of everything. So we love you, and we hope you have a happy 90th birthday. Bye.
Hey, Granddaddy, happy birthday. I'll always remember growing up in your wood shop and hearing you whistle while you work. I hope it's a good one. Bye.
Happy birthday, Uncle Dick. It's your 90th birthday, and
we just wanted to take the opportunity to wish you the happiest of birthdays, and I wanted to share a story, something that's been a funny bit of the Strain heritage in my life is the Strain family Underground Furniture Railroad. I first got some of my early experiences with you moving furniture from place to place, meeting in McDonald's parking lots, Cracker Barrel parking lots, hotel parking lots, usually somewhere along 75, sometimes between Winder and Dallas. But we moved a lot of furniture between the two, and always following the Strain Sister rule of, you can keep this as long as you want, but as soon as I need it, if you're going to get rid of it, I need it back. But I enjoyed all those times. You were always gracious to do whatever Aunt Helen and Betty wanted. And I always thought of you as a true Southern gentleman. So we want to wish you the happiest of birthdays.
Happy birthday, Uncle Dick. I love you guys so much. I just wanted to say that I appreciate how understanding you were as kids. Me, Jennifer, Jill, Mary, we were so crazy, and we wreaked so much havoc on you and my parents, and you guys were just true fathers through that. And also, I don't think I ever told you this, but I used to tell my mom and dad all the time, if anything ever happened to them, that I wanted you guys to be my parents, because I just thought you were the most awesome people, and I just loved you so dearly. And I just wanted to say that thank you so much for being so good and so close to my parents, and such great friends as well as family, because I know that they just cherished their friendship, their love, and just the unity that you guys had. And I know you talked every day, and I just can't imagine what you guys are going through without them. And I know they're celebrating you guys and you, Uncle Dick, for your birthday from heaven. And we love you very, very much and wish you the best of birthdays. And we just wanted to say, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. You're truly one of our favorites.
Yes.
We love you.
We love you.
Hello. Happy birthday, Uncle Dick. I can't believe that you're 90 years old, but then I had to look back and say, oh, well, I'm 70, so it stands to reason. I hope that you've had a good day for your birthday, and I know you got a family that loves you just as much as we do. You have a good, happy birthday, and I'm going to sing something for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dick. Happy birthday to you. And we do love you.
Hi, Uncle Dick. This is Sheri. Jennifer had asked us to send a little video to celebrate your birthday, and I was delighted to do it. Just wanted you to know that I hope you have a wonderful 90th birthday and many more to come. You sure do mean the world to me. I remember you coming to visit when we were kids, and you always called me Sherry Lou or Sherry May, and that just used to get me going. Oh, I couldn't imagine why you just couldn't say the right name for me. That was always fun. I always looked forward to seeing you guys when you came for a visit. I hope you have a great day and many, many more. Love you.
Birthday, Uncle Dick.
Happy birthday, Uncle Dick.
What I love about Uncle Dick is he's always upbeat and happy when he came in. I remember back in 1975 when I went out to Kansas, we went by a place and got some ribs, and I really enjoyed that. That's a favorite memory of mine.
What I love about Uncle Dick is, as Hal said, always very upbeat and positive, never anything negative to say about anything or anyone. One of my favorite memories is from his 80th birthday party, and just seeing how excited he was to have so many of his friends and family there to celebrate him and let him know how loved and special he is. Happy birthday, Uncle Dick.
Hey, Uncle Dick, this is Margaret. Just wanted to wish you a happy birthday and tell you and Aunt Helen that I love you dearly. You're so precious to us. And I have a story. Can you believe that? I do. When we were little girls, Ann and I, we came and spent the night at Deering Road. Y'all were very young and just married not long. And so we got up one morning and you were cooking breakfast. Well, our daddy didn't cook breakfast, so we were blown away by you cooking breakfast. And then you told us you were frying potatoes for breakfast, which our mom only fried potatoes at supper. So we were like, potatoes for breakfast? And we laughed and we giggled and we thought that was the funniest thing. And it's a sweet memory today. But we would just want you to know how much we love you and have a happy, happy, happy 90th birthday and enjoy every moment. Love you.
Hi, Uncle Dick. It's such a pleasure to be able to wish you a happy birthday. This is such a great idea Jennifer had. I knew she was my favorite cousin for some reason. So, it occurs to me when I look at these videos, though, that I've known you longer than anyone else in any of the videos. I remember you helping Uncle Bill with his algebra homework. I remember the apartment that I guess you lived in about the time you were graduating from high school and Uncle Bill was in high school. There was a room that was divided by a curtain and, like a rod between the two rooms. And y'all used to throw me over the curtain. Probably didn't make Mima very happy. I remember a lot of special times with you. I remember how sad I was when you get all dressed up in your uniform and go away. We'd drop you at the bus station or the train station. And how excited we were when you would come home, especially after you were married and y'all would come home and I would be so jealous when you'd stay somewhere other than at our house because I wanted all of you to myself. So I remember a lot of stories about your travels and travels with my mom and dad to New York. You went on their honeymoon with them to New York. After my dad was back from Belgium. And I remember traveling to see y'all as y'all moved around Chicago and Valdosta and Kansas and England. I remember you being with my dad, and it was always so special. Y'all reminded me so much of each other, and you look so much alike. And standing around the piano, singing and cooking and just hanging out at the lake, it was great fun. So we'll think about you on your birthday. We always do because, as you know, it's Thad's birthday too. And it would be a special treat to be able to be with you. Happy birthday.
Can I say happy birthday?
Happy birthday, Granddaddy.
Happy birthday, Granddaddy.
Happy birthday.
I think one of my favorite memories is when y'all were living in Winder. And anytime we'd come visit, we'd pull up and you'd come out to give us a hug, and I'd come over to hug you, and you always had pins in your overall pocket. And my face would always get smashed right into your pins when you gave me a hug. But I love that memory, and I always think of that. I love you so much.
Hey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're enjoying all of these videos. It's hard to think of just a few memories or a few reasons that I love you, having loved you for 55 years. But there are a few things that came to mind. Some of my favorite memories are when we lived in Laredo and listening to you sing Streets of Laredo and El Paso, all of those great Marty Robbins songs while you were working in the garage and going back and forth between singing and whistling those tunes. I love those songs even to this day because I got to listen to you sing them for so long. I remember you coming home from work when we lived at Fort Riley in your uniform, in your flight uniform, and just you were 10 feet tall to me. I was so proud of you being a pilot and that you were my dad. I can remember you coming in at Christmas one year with a Christmas tree and wet and cold because the weather was crummy, and I can still see you standing there in the kitchen holding that big Christmas tree, and that's sweet memories. Another memory that jumps out to me is after we moved to Winder and Jennifer and Jill had gone off to college, and you and I were at home alone in the evenings because Mom was working the 3 to 11 shift, and I think we had grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup every night for months. But I love those sandwiches and that soup to this day. I even made those for my kids when they were growing up. So some of the sweet memories that I have. And another is of watching you in your shop there in Winder and then again in Trenton, and watching you design things on a sheet of paper before you started building them, and just some of the cool stuff that you came up with. And of course, many reasons that I love you. And one of those is that you always do the right thing, even when it's inconvenient, and the lesson that that's been to me. And then also the way that you have modeled what a biblical husband is, the way you loved your wife in front of us and showed me what that looked like. So thankful for that. And also for the way you loved my wife from the very first time I brought Cathy home, just loving her and making her feel so welcome. And then the last thing is my children getting to know you and watch you and love you and the way you love them. And those are all things that are so special to me. And then the last thing I would say is the way that you have loved Christ in front of us, and the way you set an example of following Christ my whole life. And I'm so thankful for that.
So, Dick, I remember the first time that I met you, we came for dinner and Helen took Jack back to the bathroom to cut his hair, and you and I sat at the table and talked. And like Jack said, you have always been so welcoming and loving to me, and I love you dearly. I'm so thankful for you, and I hope you have a wonderful birthday.
We love you, Dad. Happy birthday.
Hey, Granddaddy. Happy birthday. I wish I was there with you. A couple of my favorite memories with you are listening to you tell stories. I remember one time for school, I had to write a paper on my hero. And when I was interviewing you for the paper, you told the story of flying behind the Iron Curtain, and that will always be one of my very favorite stories. And I named that paper A Hero in the Sky, and you'll always be my hero, Granddaddy. Another thing I love is listening to you just sing and hum and whistle. And then something that has been so special and important to me over the last 23 years is just watching the love that you and grandmother have for each other and the way that you just absolutely love her. And I pray that one day I'll have a husband who loves me and treats me the way that you love and treat grandmother. I love you, and I wish I was there to celebrate with you. Happy birthday.
Hi, Dick. I want to wish you a happy 90th birthday. And I want to let you know how much I appreciate you, everything you've done for me and Jennifer over the years, the way you've worked with me on different projects. And think about projects. I remember back when I was trying to find the words to ask you to let me marry Jennifer. And I think you were working on the old blue truck that Jonathan has now. And I followed you around all over the place, and I was trying to find that right moment to ask you. And apparently I was told that you had stopped different times to give me an opportunity to ask you so that I could marry Jennifer. And apparently I never did take those opportunities. So finally, after might have been all day, I can't remember, but you finally said, Charles, is there something you want to ask me? And apparently I had the understanding that was the time to ask. So I asked him, and of course, the rest is history. But you're a great guy, great man. You love the Lord, and you've helped me and Jennifer so much over the years. Even when I didn't ask you to help out with things, you and Helen would show up sometimes at the house, and I'd be gone busy working, and I'll come home and y'all would have done something to the house that needed to be done. And I'm just so appreciative of that and the way y'all worked in all your children's lives to help them on different projects. And I appreciate that with you. Thank you so much for all you've done for us.
And Daddy, I wanted to say happy 90th birthday too. And what I love about you, I think you're the best dad in the world. Charles is coming along right behind you.
I'm still working on it.
You set my picture of what a man should be and what kind of husband and father he should be. And that's what I wanted to find. And I did. Charles is so much like you in so many ways, so many wonderful ways. And there are just too many memories to list all of them, but I'll just list a few. I loved how you would sing Tura Lura Lura to me when I was a little girl at night. I love that you came home from Vietnam. I still to this day am so thankful that you came home. I remember you sharing the poem Just for Christmas with me when I was in elementary school when we were living in England. And I was so delighted with that poem that I read it over and over again and memorized it within a couple of days. And I was able to recite it the next week in school. When I found out that we were going to have to memorize a poem, I said, I'll do mine now. Anyway, I think that you're the reason I have the love for words, stories, poems, songs that I have. And I loved hearing your stories and hearing about growing up. And that's something I've really enjoyed here lately in the last several months, is sitting right beside you and talking and listening to your stories of growing up and your mom and your dad and how things were. And so, Daddy, you are the most wonderful man. And we're so thankful that you're here with us. And we love you. And we're looking forward to spending your birthday weekend with you. And so I'll see you then. The Lord continue, Daddy, to bless you and keep you, to make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace.
Hey, Granddaddy. Sorry. Happy birthday. We love you.
Love you, Granddaddy. I love that we share a favorite flower. I always think of you when I see daffodils.
Granddaddy, always remember you whistling and singing songs all through my childhood, walking around, whistling, singing when you're doing the dishes, which is why I think I probably whistle and sing all the time. And my whistling always drives Kayla crazy when I'm around. She tells me to stop it, but I'm pretty sure I got it from you. So, thank you.
Thanks for passing it down. I love it.
Brooke likes it. Kayla doesn't, for me, but I love you. And I think I got your great singing and whistling habit.
We love you. Happy
love
birthday.
You. Bye. Happy birthday.
Hey, Granddaddy, happy birthday. You say happy birthday?
Happy birthday!
You want to sing?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Happy birthday, dear Granddaddy. Happy birthday to you. We love you so much. And I was thinking back about my favorite memories, and I have a lot.
And we was thinking.
And one of my favorite memories is when we built this shelf together. It was Christmas 2001, and we made it in your workshop. It says, Rebecca Haynie, Christmas 2001, made in Granddaddy's workshop. And today I use it like this for all my curling irons and hair dryers under my sink. So I use it every day still. I think I was 9 when we made this. Anyways, I remember when I painted it, you just let me have free reign and paint it. And I got paint everywhere, of course. And I think you were a little bit frustrated. And I remember after you helped me clean it up, you said, "You bozo." And I knew I wasn't really in trouble. I'll never forget that fun memory with you building this. Granddaddy, I'm so blessed to be your granddaughter, and I love the way that you love my grandmother and take care of her, and I'm just so thankful that I've got to be your granddaughter for 28 years, and almost 29. And I hope you have the happiest birthday, and I can't wait to see you soon. I love you. Tell him that you love him.
Yeah, you.
Soon up.
Yeah, you.
Give him a kiss. Bye. See you soon.
Happy birthday, Granddaddy.
Hey, Granddaddy.
Hey, Granddaddy. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. We just wanted to say how much we love you. And I wanted to say how happy I am that you've been alive for this whole time that I've gotten to know you. And a lot of people our age don't have the opportunity to really get to know their grandparents like all of us kids have gotten to know you and grandmother. And I'm really thankful for that. A lot of people I work with, they don't have their grandparents, and a lot of them haven't had them for quite some time. And I'm just so happy to have you and grandmother both. And I was thinking about how whenever I talk to people and they ask me about my grandparents, I always like to talk about how you were in the Air Force. And I'm like, yeah, my granddad's a badass. He flew in Vietnam, you know, he flew a fighter jet. And I like talking about how you owned a Porsche. And I especially like the fact that we built this box together. I don't even remember when, it had to be at least 7 years ago that we made it for Naomi for her birthday. It was the first present of any significance that I got her. And you came out in the workshop with me, and we glued all the pieces of wood together and put them in the, I guess, the router, and cut it all out. And you helped me put the hinges on, and I sanded it all up, and you got the stain for me. You had the stain in your shop, and you let me stain the box there. And I'm just so happy that I'll be able to have this forever. She uses it all the time for all kinds of stuff, but we took all the stuff out so it didn't fall out when we opened the box. But I'm just happy that you made it another year and that I got to see you at Thanksgiving. I can't wait to see you at Christmas. And you're always on my mind, and I know Naomi loves you very much.
Very much.
Anyways, we just wanted to say happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Hope you have a great one.
Love you.
Love you.
One of my favorite stories about Dad was when Jill and I got married, he was still teaching flying and he was working in Winder at the airport. And he got me interested in flying because he had flown in Vietnam, and he'd flown an L-19 Bird Dog, which is a tail dragger airplane. So I started looking at tail draggers, and I went out and eventually took flying lessons. and got my private pilot license, and ended up buying a tail dragger airplane. So after I'd been flying for a few months and trusted my own flying, I called up and I said, "Hey, would you like to go for a ride sometime?" And he said, "Sure." So I made arrangements to fly over to Winder to meet him. So went over there, landed. We looked the airplane over. It might have been the first time he'd ever seen it, and so we got in. I was in the left seat. He was in the right seat, and I said, "Well, let's start it up and get going." So I said, "You wanna taxi us out?" He said, "Yeah, I think I could do that." So we started up and taxied out. And before you take off, you have to stop and do something called a run up to make sure everything's working before you take off. So I said, "You want to do the run up?" And he said, "Well, I don't even know if I can remember how to do that." And he said, "Let me see." And of course, he did it flawlessly. And so I said, "Well, you want to take off?" And he said, "Well, I don't even know if I remember how to do that." And I went, "Yeah, right." So we taxied out, and of course, he took off flawlessly. And we started flying up around the area that he'd been teaching flying lessons around for years. So we flew around northeast Georgia and around over South Carolina for about an hour or so. And he said, "Well, you ready to head back?" And I said, "Sure." So I started fooling with the GPS in the panel, and by the time I finished plugging in the Winder Airport on the GPS, I looked at the heading indicator, and we were already heading right back toward the Winder Airport. Of course, he knew exactly where we were, and he wasn't lost, and he didn't need the GPS. As we got near the Winder Airport, I said, "Do you want to get us into the pattern?" And he said, "Yeah, I think I can do that." And I said, "Well, you want to land it?" And he said, "No." He said, if we landed and I ground looped this thing, said your insurance might not pay for it." And he was probably right, but he probably could have done it anyway. But that's one of my many favorite stories about Dad.
Happy birthday to Uncle Dick, who we all love and adore, who made so many wonderful memories for all of us. I love you, and I hope your day is fabulous. I can remember the 80th surprise birthday party, and one of the things that you said to me was, "Life goes by like a blink of an eye." I can't imagine what it's been like from 80 to 90. It's probably just as fast, but many more memories for you and your family, and we have so enjoyed watching all the Facebook memories and pictures and overalls and cooking and all the family gatherings. I'm looking forward to hearing about your 80 to 90th years, the next 10 years. So on your 100th birthday party, I will be there in person. So we love you. Thank you for a wonderful childhood when you stopped by and played all those fun games with us and shared so many memories. And of course, Jack, Jill, Jennifer, and Aunt Helen, who we love and adore so very much. Okay, have a wonderful day. And this is Susan from Dawsonville, Georgia.
Hey, Daddy. Happy birthday. I love you. You're the best daddy in the whole wide world. I want to tell a couple of stories about you. When Regan was about 2 months old, my grandmother, my nanny, died. And I drove with Regan from Dade County to Cartersville to go to the funeral home. When I got there, I got out of the car and started getting Regan out, and I turned around, and there was Dad coming to help me with Regan. And so I gave her to him, and I turned back around to the car to get the diaper bag out, and then turned back around, I thought, to say something to Dad, but he wasn't there. He was already halfway up the steps back into the funeral home to show off his brand new granddaughter. Because Dad loves children. He loves his children and his grandchildren, and he just pretty much loves children all around. Another funny pair of stories that I always think of when I think of Dad is Mom and Jennifer and I had our colors analyzed. That means we found out which season of colors, winter, spring, summer, or fall, looked best on us in clothing and makeup. And we were pretty serious about it. After we did that, I bought a blouse that was in my season, but the buttons were not in my season, so I knew they had to be changed. I was in Mom and Dad's kitchen. Mom was there and Dad was there, and I was showing it to Mom, and we were going on and on about how cute it was and about how it was my season and about what I would wear it with. And all of a sudden, without me having said anything, she said, "But you'll have to change those buttons." And I said, "Oh yeah, absolutely." And we continued on with the conversation, except for Dad. Dad jumped in and stopped us and said, Wait a minute, how do you know that the buttons have to be changed?" And Mom and I couldn't explain it. We just knew because it wasn't the right season. And we laughed and laughed at Dad. Some years later, when Ben had his plane, Ben and I flew to Cartersville for a family reunion at Aunt Betty's house in Dallas. Mom and Dad picked us up at the Cartersville airport and took us to the reunion, and then when it was over, they took us back to the airport. Me and Mom and Dad and Ben were all walking toward Ben's plane when we were getting ready to leave, and there were some guys in a hangar nearby were working on a plane, and they were running up the engine loudly. As we walked along, Dad said, "That airplane's got a bad mag." I said, "How can you tell?" He said, "Well, it's got a bad mag. Just listen to it." I had no idea what he was talking about, but this was the opposite side of the button story coin, that Dad could tell a bad mag just by listening to it and having listened to bad mags in planes for years and years. And I had no idea how that was possible. Just like Dad had no idea how Mom and I both knew, without even having discussed it before, that the buttons on the blouse needed to be changed. I just want to let you know, Dad, how much I love you and how much I love that you love my mama, and how much I've just loved being your daughter and growing up with you, and what a great dad you were, and how proud I am of you, and how proud I am of you and Mom both. I love you.
Happy birthday, Dick. I hope you have a fantastic birthday. I appreciate you and your family so much. I've always thought from the very first time I met you, you're one of my heroes, just because of who you are and the way God loves you and the way that you love God. Some of my favorite memories are actually some of the times when no one else showed up to Sunday school but you. And the two of us would just sit there and visit. And I love some of the stories and just some of the insights that you have. You are, again, one of my favorite people in the world. Love you guys so much. I hope you have a fantastic birthday. You are one of the good guys in life. Thank you so much for spending time with us and spending part of your life and your family with us. You are very important to me. I love you. I really do appreciate you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Uncle Dick. 90 years old. What a blessing. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I wish you many, 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 many more birthdays to come, and I hope that you can pull your thumb off for some other child, because you convinced me when I was young that you pulled your thumb off. One of my fondest memories of you. I love you, and again, I hope you have the happiest birthday ever. You guys take care. Bye.
I'm gone. Pretty soon we'll be married 63 years. I just want to tell you how wonderful you are, how special you are, what a gentleman you are, what a good example you've been for our children, how much you've helped me teach them, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. I don't know how I can tell you that you're special. And you're an example for all young men on how to live a married life. And it is hard to live a married life, I'm sure, but you have accomplished it greatly. You taught our children to love God, to love country, and to love honesty, to be useful citizens, to work for a living, to earn a living and take care of their families. And it's just a wonderful thing that the life you've lived and the life we've had together has been special beyond words. And I love you, and I wish you a happy birthday.
How can I say thanks for the things you have done for me? Things so undeserved, yet you give to prove your love for me. The voices of a million angels cannot express my gratitude. All that I am and ever hope to be, I owe it all to you. To God be the glory. God be the glory. To God be the glory for the things He has done. With His blood He has saved me. With His power He has raised me. To God be the glory for the things He has done. Just let me live my life and let it be pleasing, Lord, to Thee. And should I gain any praise, let it go to Calvary. With His blood He has saved me. With His power He has raised me. To God be the glory for the things, all the things He has done.